Morning everybody, Ronan here again. So I just want to follow on a little bit from yesterday. Yesterday was about how to find traits and behaviors that you resonate with in others. So I talked about a video that I saw with Warren Buffett where he was with a group of people in university and they said to him, "What advice would you have?" And he said, "Well, if you look around your classroom, you'll see 40 other kids, and who do you think in that group is going to do well over the next 10 years? And then you would buy stock in them, right?" So he wanted to know, why would you buy stock in somebody? And so I've been using this as a technique in some workshops over the years. Gotten great response on it. And what I do is I say to people, look around at leaders and business owners who you most admire, identify the reasons why, and write those reasons down. You'll find there are traits and behaviors. There's probably 2 or 3 things that you really resonate with those people. And that's why you're drawn to them. That's why you connect with them. And then those are the things that resonate with you personally as a leader. And that's going to be close to who you'd like to be as a leader. So you don't copy them, but you model those in yourself. So it might be somebody, you trust somebody, or they're innovative, or they, whatever it might be. And then you adopt that for yourself, whatever it means for you. So I talked about that yesterday, and today I want to, so maybe have a look at that if you like, and today I want to add to it. So he was talking about buying stock in people. I've kind of expanded it. I do it as a bit of a workshop actually, and one of the things I've expanded it into is if you were going to short somebody. So I just want to explain this. If in the world of trading and investing, there's 3 things you can do with a stock. You can buy a stock, or you can sell a stock, and you can also short a stock. So buying a stock means you think it's going to go up in value. Selling a stock means you bought it and you've had your value, and now you want to sell it and take your profit. Or you bought it and it didn't go up and you want to sell it to get out of it. Okay, so selling is not necessarily a bad thing. There could be a profit in it. But shorting means you have nothing positive to say about it. You think it's going to just go south, it's going to tank. And so you want to short it, meaning you think it's got no future. So what I like to do is I like to look at who are the people you would buy stock in. Okay, so who's going up in value and why, and you cultivate that in yourself. But then if you do, who's actually whose stock is going to shrink, and then you short that. And so if you do that, what you can say is, let's say there's somebody who you don't rate and you've had problems with, and they've been a leader or a business owner, and you've thought, I never want to work for them again, or I never want to work for that company again, or I hate that brand, or whatever it is. And let's say not only that, but you also think that it's going to actually lose value over time. Then write down the reasons why you think it's going to lose value over time, and you would short that stock. Short means you sell it before you buy it. So you're selling it at a price that's here, and then when it drops in value, you buy it back. So it means that you've bought it cheap, sold it expensive. You've just done it in reverse. So instead of buying it and then selling it, you're selling it first at a high price and buying it back later on at a cheaper price. I won't go into the mechanics of how it's done. Basically, a broker borrows the stock and sells it on your behalf, and then you buy it back off the broker. Anyway, the point is, when I do this in workshops, it's really interesting. People, they start to kind of, it's like they start covering their, they start writing and start covering their work because they don't want anybody to see who they're writing about. But why even do it? Isn't that negative, right? Not really. Depends on what you do with it. So you've done the leaders you believe in. You're buying stock in them because you think they're going to be 10 times more valuable, more competent, more inspiring in the future, 5 or 10 years from now. Then there are others who you think, no, they're not going to be. And it could be a brand, or it could be a business, or it could be a leader. Why even do that? Well, the reason to do it is because you know what you stand for. Now you know what you stand against. And so the one that I keep seeing from others is when they do this process, they short somebody, they think they're going to lose value over time. And some of the ones that come up a lot are laziness. So people seem to write down lazy and dishonesty. So laziness and dishonesty seem to be, something that the general population believe will devalue a stock over time. There's actually, I'm not going to name this person, just because I'm not sure if I should. Not because he's doing anything bad. He's actually a hedge fund manager. He's an Australian gentleman, and what he does with one of his funds is he actually keeps a list of people who've been in trouble in business over the years, and he on that list. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a flight tomorrow, and I've just got a message telling me to check in for it, which I'm not going to do. He keeps a list of, let's say there are 100 business owners or leaders who've been in trouble over the years, and whatever company they've been in, the company's gone bad. And what he does is he keeps a list of those people, and when they get involved in another company, he keeps an eye on the company as a potential short, as a potential opportunity to make money as the company falls. Now that seems quite negative, but it's very interesting because this person has made money doing that strategy. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this to make money or to be negative or to be abusive. It's actually the opposite. Because we all have whatever are the reasons that you pick for shorting, for thinking, not only am I not going to buy stock in this person, I'm actually going to short the stock of this person. Whatever those reasons are, it's important for this reason. We all have those traits and behaviors in it. We all actually do it. So if you're honest with yourself, you'll actually discover that you've done it, and you do it, and you'll do it again. But the key is to minimize how much you do it, okay? So if there's laziness, I've been lazy. I'm sure anyone watching this, if you're honest, can say you've been lazy. Dishonesty, I'm sure we've all done something dishonest in our life. I'm 47, I think, 47, yeah. I'm sure we've all done something dishonest. So it's not about blaming others. It's not about judging others. This is about, as a leader, what do I believe in? What do I identify with? What do I resonate in my core? Then owning that and then channeling that out so people can resonate with you as well. And then what do I stand against? So let's say if it's laziness and dishonesty, because that's not me talking, that's what I see in workshops. Then you go, okay, laziness and dishonesty are going to be my nemesis as a leader. So, and here's the key, you flip them. What's the opposite of laziness? So instead of focusing on laziness and dishonesty, I actually want to flip them and convert them back into positives, because the fact that you have a negative charge on it means something to you for some reason, for whatever reason. I won't go into the reasons why, it'll take too long, but whatever reason you've got for having such a negative charge on that person, on that business, or on those traits, there's something alive there for you. So the best way to deal with it is to flip it so you don't have to concentrate on it. So if it's laziness and dishonesty, as I said, they're the two most common ones that I see. Then what's the opposite of lazy? And what's the opposite of dishonest? And you find those two opposites, and then you cultivate those two opposites. Okay, so whatever you determine is the opposite of lazy for you, write that down and also cultivate that. Whatever you determine is the opposite of dishonesty for you, write that down and cultivate that. Okay, so if you do that little exercise and you build that into your leadership and you build that into your business, then what will happen is you'll be a fabulous leader to people who resonate with those kinds of things and on that level. And that's what you want as a leader, because you can't be all things to all people and all that kind of stuff, right? You've got to stand for something and be strong in that area. And this is why some books resonate with some people and other books don't. You've got to find your own way. And one of the ways to find your own way is you can look to people that you resonate with and model that. And then you can also look to people or to businesses that you think are epitomize what's wrong with leadership, what's wrong with business, or what causes something to go down in a downward spiral. You can identify what those are, flip them, right, into their opposites and cultivate the opposites of these as positive traits in your mind, okay? Because it only exists in our own mind anyway. So I hope that helped. I really enjoy doing that in workshops, and people seem to enjoy it as well. So if you can manage to apply it, let me know how it goes, and until next time, all the best.